Hi friends, welcome back. So today we're going to be watching episode 103 of Good Omens. It is called Hard Times. Before we get started though, I did want to very quickly just apologize for not having posted this before because it's been a month since I filmed 102. I'm very sorry. It's just a lot of things have happened since then. And like I said from the very beginning, I'm always going to give Buffy priority. And I didn't want to fall, behind on Buffy. So I ended up having to compromise that with Good Omens. And I did try and make up for it with a little community reaction because the show was half of the time of Good Omens, and the thing with Good Omens is that I feel because it's such a rich show that has so much going on, I really need to be at the top of my game so I can actually pay attention and not miss a bunch of things. But yes, let's see what those hard times are about. And I am kind of hoping that this is a very witchy episode, kind of like the last one, because that was pretty fun. Okay, let's get started. Thank you all for watching this with me and being patient. And okay, let's do it. Oh, I love when they go way back. Oh, damn.
Hello, Aziraphale.
Corley?
So, giving the mortals a flaming sword, how did that work out for you?
The Almighty has never actually mentioned it again.
Probably a good thing.
And God's not actually going to wipe out all the locals. I mean, Noah up there, his family, his sons, their wives, they're all going to be fine.
But then drowning everybody else. Kids, you can't kill kids.
That unicorn's gonna make a run for it! Yeah, oh, it's too late. It's too late! Why are you still out of them?
I mean, the Black Knight has to be Crowley, right?
You have sought the Black Knight, foolish one. But you have found your death.
Is that you under there, Corley?
Crowley.
What the hell are you playing?
It's all right, lads. I know him. It's all right.
That was the idea. Hang on, wait there.
This is not gonna be Shakespeare.
Ones, is it? Oh, no wonder nobody's here.
Hey, gentles, might I request a small favour? Could you, in your role as the audience, give us more to work with?
You mean when the ghost of his father came on and I said, he's behind you?
Just so. That was jolly helpful. Made everyone on stage feel appreciated.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
To be! I mean, not to be! Come on, Howard! Buck up!
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer.
Bit of a waste of effort. Both of us going all the way to Scotland.
You cannot actually be suggesting what I infer or implying,
Which is?
that just one of us goes to Edinburgh and
Oh.
does both, the blessing
Oh.
and the tempting.
Well, you've done it before. Dozens of times now.
The arrangement. Don't say that.
Our respective head offices don't actually care how things get done. They just want to know they can cross it off the list.
It'd take a miracle to get anyone to come and see Hamlet.
Yes, all right. I'll do that one. My treat.
Oh, really?
Still prefer the funny ones.
Je pense que quelque chose.
I speak English. Listen to that. The fall of the guillotine blade. Is it not terrible?
Yes, yes, cutting off that poor woman's head. Terrible.
You are lucky that it is I, Jean-Claude, who will remove your traitorous head from your shoulder.
Look, this is all a terrible mistake. I don't think
I
you
have
understand.
good news for you. You are the 999th aristo to die at the guillotine by my hand.
Congratulations.
First English.
Well, if you must know, it was the crepes. Can't get decent ones anywhere but Paris. And the brioche.
So you just popped across the channel during a revolution because you wanted something to nibble? Just like that?
I have standards. I'd heard they were getting a bit carried away over here, but...
Yeah, this is not getting carried away. This is cutting off lots of people's heads very efficiently with a big head-cutting machine. Why don't you just perform another miracle and go home?
I'm very grateful. What about if I buy you lunch?
Looking like that.
Now, it barely counts as a miracle, really.
Oh! Oh, the poor guy.
Just like that, he's asking for trouble.
What's for lunch? Out of the question.
Why not?
It would destroy you. I'm not bringing you a suicide pill, Crowley.
Not what I wanted for, just insurance.
I'm not an idiot, Crowley. Do you know what trouble I'd be in if they knew I'd been fraternizing? It's completely out of the question.
He's as good as one.
The nice and accurate prophecies of Agnes Nutter, which... No,
Oh.
I'm afraid that is the holy grail of prophetic books.
But the Fuhrer also wants the Holy Grail. And the Spear of Destiny, should you run across them.
Why are there no copies of Agnes Nutter's book? We have made it clear that money is no object. You will be a very rich man.
It never sold a single copy. But I found the publisher's catalogue for 1655, and it does list one of Agnes Nutter's prophecies.
What was it?
Her prophecy for 1972. Do not buy Beta Max.
Who is Peter Max?
I have no idea.
Such a pity you must be eliminated. But take heart. Just
Sure.
another death in the Blitz.
That's not very sporting.
You do not appear worried, my friend.
Oh.
He's not worried.
Who is she?
She, my double-dealing Nazi acquaintance, is the reason why none of those books are going back to Berlin. And why your nasty little spy ring will be spending the rest of the war behind bars. Everyone, come on! Round them up!
Oh, fuck.
Rose, where exactly are your people?
We are all here.
Allow me to introduce Fräulein Greta Kleinschmidt. She works with us. Du hast den Scheißkind von Händler reingelegt. Gut gemacht, Liebling.
Nine!
Ist sehr leichtgläubig.
You can't kill me.
Bite!
Work.
It's not gonna be Crowley.
Consecrated ground. Bring a bitch in bare feet. What are you doing here?
You expect us to believe that? The bombs tonight will fall on the East End.
Yes, it would take a last-minute demonic intervention to throw them off course. Yes.
Ha.
You're wasting your valuable running away time.
And if in 30 seconds a bomb does land here, it would take a real miracle for my friend and I to survive it.
A real miracle.
Kill them. They're very irritating.
Oh, the books. Oh, I forgot all the books.
Oh my god, did he get it?
All be blown to...
Little demonic miracle of my own. Lift home.
Aww. I love seeing him be like a good guy. I love this friendship. This episode is awesome.
You tell me what you think. 105 years ago.
And I haven't changed my mind. But I can't have you risking your life.
He
Not even
cares
something
about
dangerous.
you.
So, you can call off the robbery. Don't go unscrewing the cap.
Damn, he really does care about Crowley.
It's the real thing.
He'd surprised the huge ginger cat from next door and had attempted to reduce it to cowering jelly by means of the usual glowing stare. It had always worked in the past. Dog was looking forward to a further cat experiment, which would consist of jumping around and yapping excitedly at it.
I can't believe
I still don't trust dog though.
It's been in my family for a long time.
I wrote a book once. It was about this pirate who was a famous detective. I bet it was a lot more exciting than any book you've lost, especially the bit in the spaceship where the dinosaur comes out and fights with the cowboys. I bet it'd cheer you up, my book.
He's so cute.
Thanks, Adam. Do you want some lemonade?
Are we going to have to break into the cottage and battle the witch for it?
That's my cottage. I'm renting it.
Look, excuse me for asking, if it's not a personal question, but are you a witch?
No. I'm an occultist.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
Don't lie to the child. Oh my god, it's so horribly ironic that they're gonna become friends and stuff.
Oh, you silly dog. Now, dog, go inside.
Shit! Can they not see his red eyes?
That wasn't that hard, was it?
How did
The
he?
hellhound entered the cottage and a little bit more of hell burned away.
I told you guys I don't trust that dog. At all. Oh my god, I forgot about the whole storyline with this guy. Oh my lord.
We can see auras.
And they are?
Discolored force fields surrounding someone. Everyone's got one.
That's
and I
so
can look at
cool.
strengths and color and tell you how you're feeling.
Well, that's brilliant. Why don't
It
you teach us about
really
that at
is.
school?
Because schools are a repressive tool of the state.
So, what colour's my aura then?
Oh my god, is she gonna figure something out?
Adam, I can't see your aura.
You said everybody's got one.
It might have helped Anathema to understand what was going on if she understood the very simple reason why she couldn't see Adam's aura. It's for the same reason that people in Times Square can't see America.
Holy fuck. That
What's your
was
message?
big.
The ambassador's son. Well, it may have been a ruse.
A ruse.
Oh god, I'm so
The
anxious.
actual Antichrist might be somewhere else.
Where?
I mean, I could find out. I have a team of agents, a dedicated team who would investigate the possibility.
I really thought they were gonna be more like pissed off, but I guess they're too good.
Aye.
Sergeant Shadwell, it's you know
Who?
me, your sponsor. Listen, do you have any men free? I need them to poke about a bit.
Poke? Where exactly do you want them poking?
Tadfield. It's a small town in Oxfordshire. There's a boy I need placed under observation. I need to know where he is at all times. I can give you his address.
I'll put a squad of my best men onto it.
Oh, good.
Normal weather for the time of year isn't normal. Crisp autumns, long, hot Augusts. The kind of weather you used to dream of as a kid. It snowed there every Christmas Eve for the last 11 years.
Not
Oh
interested.
my god.
Just look for witches and witch-caused phenomenomons.
He's not even gonna ask what place it is.
Dr. Raven Sable, but you know him by another name. He loves hunger. He loves people not eating enough in fancy restaurants.
Kidney functions may cause anal leakage. Enjoy your meal.
Party name is Sable? I thought it was you. Looked around, I thought, tall gent with a beard, nice suit. There's a package for you, sir.
Oh my god, the same package that the other lady got, right?
We find the boy. My agents can do it.
And then what? Eliminate him?
Someone does. I'm not personally out for killing kids.
You're the demon, I'm the nice one. I don't have to kill children. If you kill him, then the world gets a reprieve, and heaven does not have blood on its hands.
Oh, no blood on your hands. That's a bit holier than thou, isn't it?
Well, I am a great deal holier than thou. That's the whole point.
You should kill the boy yourself. Holily.
I am not killing anybody.
It's like the second time they've sort of had this discussion about him killing someone.
Even if this all ends up in a puddle of burning goo, we can go off together.
Go off together? Listen to yourself.
How long have we been friends? 6,000 years.
Friends, we're not friends. We are an angel and a demon. We have nothing whatsoever in common. I don't even like you.
You do.
Even if I did know where the Antichrist was, I wouldn't tell you. We're on opposite sides.
We're on our side.
There is no our side, Crowley. Not anymore. It's over.
Right? Well then. Yeah. Have a nice doomsday.
What the fuck?
Oh, there's something you don't see every day. An enormous room without a nuclear reactor in it.
Whoa, there's nothing there. Not nothing, Chief.
Looks like a sherbet lemon.
I'm sorry, what? Okay. I mean, I kind of want to say that I think this was my favorite episode so far. I think this was the one that had me the most intrigued. Like, personally, I just love Aziraphale and Crowley's relationship. I think that is, like, the key element of this show for me. So I think that is very interesting that they would, you know, focus on that for such a huge part of the episode. Because honestly, like, in the very beginning of the episode, I thought that it was just, you know, like, before the credits, some sort of, like, humorous scenes. Because as much as I loved, like, the first half of the episode was brilliant, I feel like it didn't really work on furthering the plot that much, which I feel is, like, what I'm always looking for kind of thing. So I think it was a little bit, you know, refreshing in a way to see some scenes that weren't directly linked to the plot of what was happening, but that gave us a better idea of who they are as characters and their friendship, you know, because from episode 1, I was like, I want them to be best friends. I love them. They seem like they have a really interesting friendship. And I think that this episode really, like, solidified that for me because, you know, just seeing them together in such different parts of history, it was just so interesting, so cool. And there was a lot of humor, you know, in so many of those scenes. I mean, even though I still don't understand why they wouldn't want to go to Scotland and they would, like, fight over it. I mean, I would want to go to Scotland, but okay. But I do think that an interesting thing that they brought up in this conversation with Shakespeare and Scotland and all those things is something that I hadn't really thought about, which is that Crowley can make miracles too, which is interesting. I feel like they're bound to push on these kind of things, just like in the end of this episode, they were kind of hinting towards Aziraphale having to potentially kill, you know, commit a murder, something that would be completely against everything he believes in. And then at the same time, you know, the idea of Crowley making miracles, which is something that he doesn't agree with. And I think that, you know, we've already started exploring a little bit of these things as, like, possibilities. And, you know, it's a pretty short show, so I don't know how much they can actually do. But I do think that, you know, this makes me feel like they're going to invest on this because they seem like, even though they're pretty set on the good and the bad, like what they believe in, they're still pretty flexible with it. Like, they're able to be friends even though they technically believe in, like, the complete opposites, you know? They really aren't afraid to, like, compromise things for the benefit of their relationship. It makes me feel like something like this, you know? So I just think it's very sweet because I felt like, you know, my original impression is that they were going to be fighting a lot more, that they were going to be, you know, just arguing so much throughout the show because, of course, they don't really believe in the same things. But instead, what I am seeing is a very sweet, you know, very old friendship, which just kind of gets stronger the more things they go through, because they've been through, like, a lot. And maybe this just has to do with the book and following the book, but I'm surprised because I feel like, you know, the beginning of this episode, it felt so, like, not connected to the rest of the episode that it feels like it could have been a whole new episode, or that it could have been, like, in episode 1, you know. But I'm definitely glad that they had it, you know. In the beginning, I was a little bit concerned. I was like, I don't understand what they're doing. They're giving us so many flashbacks and they're great, but, like, why are they doing this kind of thing? But I think it was just a very good way of us actually seeing that friendship instead of just seeing what they're like now, getting to see more of what they're like in the past. Because, and I should have figured out that they were gonna, you know, play around with something like this, just because they have set up flashbacks since the first episode, you know, and this idea of always jumping through time. In some of the episodes, I feel like they were jumping through time in the first 2 episodes a little bit too much. It was interesting and I totally get what they were doing, but at the same time, it's like you're having to follow multiple threads at the same time, but this episode didn't really do that. So, like, of course they did have jumps in time, but I feel like they were more coherent, like easier to follow kind of thing. Because it wasn't just a back and forth or anything. I don't know. It felt kind of easier to digest. I also thought that a very interesting choice that they made was that Aziraphale, when he was with, you know, like the Nazis and those kind of things, I was really waiting for him to fight. And then the lady came in and I was like, damn it, I'm not gonna actually get to see him fight and defend himself, because I actually wanted to see, like, can he punch someone? Is he gonna do that? Is he like, is that completely going to go against his morals and he's just going to let himself die and get like into another body because he doesn't want to fight? I was curious to see how he was going to handle that, like an actual situation where he was put in a place where he needed to fight. And I'm kind of hoping that in a future season where he's going to be put in a position where he has no other, not a future season, I mean a future episode, he's going to be put in a position where he kind of has to fight. I really want to see them testing the boundaries in between these 2 characters and making them do things that they don't want to do and see how far they're willing to go. Also, that dog, I know that you guys were commenting on my post and you guys were all like explaining like, oh no, like the dog, the hellhound thingy is going to take the characteristics of what it is, so it's kind of going to just be a dog. If it is a dog, it's going to take those dog characteristics. But I don't trust that thing. Like, I know what it is inside. I look at it and I can't see a dog. I see the big ass hellhound thingy from the first episode. So of course I don't trust it, you know. I'm scared that in one of these episodes, it's just going to revert back to a hellhound or whatever, or, you know, it's going to do something bad. I don't know. This could be me reading into things, but I will not trust that dog ever. Just a big no from me. Also, that ending, the way that they really left things open, I mean, at least for me, you know, with the whole thingy that he was eating, I am curious about that. How much power, like, what? Yeah, I really enjoy when they leave sort of cliffhangers and stuff, cliffhangers that you're going to be thinking about and you're going to be like, wow, I wonder what they're going to do in the next episode to explain that and to explore that. Also, we have met the second one of the 4 Horsemen. And granted, I don't really know much about the 4 Horsemen. And by much, I mean, like, honestly, kind of nothing at all, if I'm being honest. But I'm curious to see how they're going to fit into the story. Because it feels like, you know, since we met one last episode and we just met one this episode, you know, I'm guessing that next episode we're going to be meeting the 3rd one and then the 4th one, and then I guess we're going to see all of them together and what that means and stuff like that. So I'm curious because, you know, like I was talking about, there's so many empty threads because now we know that the witch hunters are coming to Tadfield, and we know that he's getting close to the witch and she's kind of looking for him. So there's so much dramatic irony and so much that's happening. And even though that was overwhelming me a little bit in the first episodes, I think it's starting to pay off now, because now that they've already opened up all these different threads, it's okay for them to like follow up on them. I thought it was so interesting that she seems to be bringing out like this different side of Adam, because I feel like in the last episodes we weren't that focused on Adam, and I really expected us to be, you know, but then they focused on presenting us to him in the end of the first episode, and then the second episode it was focused as him, you know, with his friends, you know, instead of individually, even though we did see a little bit of him individually. But I think this episode was definitely focused more on him as Adam. So I do think that it was interesting that we saw her like getting him to explore different things, like you know, read about things that he cares about. And I thought it was interesting to know how creative he is, you know, the fact that he wrote a book and, you know, he had all these ideas. And I don't know, I looked at Adam and I really saw so much of a future. I was like, that guy is gonna, he has to be, like, he's creative, he has to be writing things. I know that he obviously doesn't really seem like he has a future, but I looked at him and I kind of saw a future. And I really enjoyed this whole aura thing. I thought that was so interesting. I really hope that we get to see a little bit more, and I'm sure that we will, you know, of just like the witch and the witchy sides. Like, I don't know, like this whole aura thing was something that caught me by surprise. It's interesting to see her powers, how she's gonna, you know, use them. I don't know. There are like so many different things that they could do, and they never do what I expect them to do. So I guess I'm actually very excited to watch 104. So hopefully I'm going to be able to have it done by next week, but I am making absolutely no promises. But yeah, I think those are pretty much my impressions. Thank you all for listening. I'm going to see you guys in 104 whenever I am able to edit it and watch it and stuff. So yeah, thank you.